Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. What is up? This is your girl Magic, and today we're going to be doing a reading on a couple of individuals. I've had some requests for me to do readings on people that may have had some kind of involvement with Youngdolph's death, or maybe not. But that's like the whole purpose of this, is for us to find out and see what the cards have to say. I hope everybody is having a really good holiday season. I hope you guys had a blessed Christmas, and I hope you guys will have a blessed New Year's. And I want to say thank you for the suggestion for this video. I really appreciate it. It was a very interesting topic for me to cover, and it was very dynamic. Also, I want to say before we start this that none of this is factual. It is all for entertainment purposes. And everything is alleged. You know, I don't want anybody to take what I'm saying and run with it. You know, we're just having a conversation, chit-chatting, and see what the cards have to say. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I did. It's a pretty long video, so what I'm going to do is I am going to leave the timestamps in the description box below, so you guys can jump around or go to whatever, whoever you're interested in first. But I personally suggest that y'all watch it from the beginning to the end. but whatever, just let me know what you guys think. If there are any other suggestions about any other topics you guys want me to cover, also leave that down in the comment section below. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So like, comment, share, whatever your heart's desire, but I appreciate y'all being here anyway. All right, we're about to focus on Makeda's Bakery and to see if they have any alleged involvement in Youngdolph's death. All right. I know Makeda's has been a focus for a cool minute now for a lot of people. A lot of people don't trust that Makeda's Bakery, just don't have any type of involvement. People think that they, know more than what they're saying, but we about to find out. What can you tell us about Makeda's Bakery and their possible involvement in Youngdolph's death? I feel like for sure they have ties to what has happened. And I feel like it's ties that they can't necessarily break away from. I definitely feel like it's more than what they could personally handle. And it's more than, what they thought, I guess, they were originally getting themselves into. I don't think that this is something that they knew about prior. I just think that it's unfortunate that it happened at that business. But I think that, there's some kind of tie that they have with the people that are involved. And I don't mean like necessarily the shooters. I definitely mean the people that are higher up than those people that actually killed Dolph. I feel like, those people have them bound to them in some kind of odd way. Like, And if they were to say anything and bring light to this situation, that there will be some type of destruction. Yeah, I feel like they were bribed, like for sure bribed with a large amount of money. And it's like, if you see, there's like this treasure chest with this hand on it that's cutting off the head, you know what I mean? Technically kind of cutting off the head from the body. So to me, this just kind of represents like anything that was seen. Because look at the eyes. The eyes are pure white. There's no pupil in the eyes. So whatever was seen, whatever was heard, you know what I mean? It's not something that can be talked about. It's like, if it was, it would be like a breach of contract. And I feel like there would be repercussions. And it could be, you know, repercussions that have to do with death. I definitely feel like whoever this is who kind of planned out, because this was an assassination, this was a murder, whoever planned out this murder, because those people who actually did the killings, they, you know what I mean, they're just like the foot soldiers. They're just like the men at the bottom. Like, so there's like kind of like a hierarchy to what transpired. And this person who kind of like planned this shit out offered the people that own Makeda's bakery and the people that work there some money to keep their mouth fucking shut, from preventing any of this to come out, from what happened that day to come out to light. There's this Three of Swords here, and it's kind of funny. There's a Three of Swords here, and then there's Three of Pentacles here. I definitely feel like it could be 3 people involved in this situation for sure, because there's like a lot of threes here. There's a lot of threes here. Spirit, what else can you tell us about Makeda's bakery involvement in Youngdolph's murder? Yeah. Hold on, I'll show you guys. Okay, so yeah. You see this King of Cups right here? And you see these eyes? And you see this, it's like a skeleton with the crown on top of his head. I just kind of feel like there was a lot seen. You know what I mean? And there was a lot more involvement with these hands up here. And you see this night sky with the moons and stuff. There's a lot more that has been seen that hasn't been said regarding Youngdolph's death. And whoever was there that day definitely saw a lot more than what they're saying. And it's like to the fact that, or to the point where they can't really say anything. Like their hands are tied. You know what I mean? Like they cannot speak on this death that happened. And that's why, you know, it seems like their story is always changing, because I don't feel like this was something that was premeditated. This is something that they knew was going to happen. This is something that came up after the fact, you know. And it's like they were offered this amount of money, and it kind of like took their purity away out of the situation, you know. It's like now that they know what happened, it's like they have blood on their hands. And that's why you see this, you see the wings have coming off. The hands of this guy is super bloody. You know what I mean? Like, and then they're walking on fire. Like, legitimately, they're almost, it's like they're playing with fire. They're walking on fire. You know what I mean? Like, if any of this stuff came out, you know what I mean, publicly, they could also get jail time as well for hindering evidence are preventing evidence from coming out to light. So it's like now they gotten themselves in too deep. Seriously, they gotten themselves into deep. It's almost like they sold their soul for some fucking money. And now they legitimately have blood on their hands when they didn't have that to begin with. That's what I'm picking up off of this. So if y'all see them changing up their story, you know, and shit, it's because they kind of have to. They kind of fucking have to. They can't be, they in too deep now. They can't say shit now. Because they already took the money. You know what I mean? Their lives have already been threatened. So they got to kind of stay on the hush-hush about everything. They've been given, you know what I mean, like an opportunity to do better with their business. Look at that. Yeah, that money has definitely given them the opportunity to do better with their business. And it's like, look at this. So you see this castle here? This is Makeda's bakery, and this is where all this shit went down. But then if you look at this horse, you know what I mean? Like, when it's like, when the you know that saying, the truth comes from the horse's mouth? Like, that is definitely what's going on here. Like, you see this horse, the eyes, he has the eyes in his mouth. Some of the eyes have gone down his throat. There's the key to the treasure, to the answers to what happened at Makeda's bakery that day. Like, all of this shit is being hidden. Like, they've been paid to keep their fucking mouth closed. You know what I mean? They can't say shit now. Like, whatever happened that day is not really going to come out unless it comes from a different source, because Makeda's bakery and everybody that was there and present that day, the owners and all that shit, they ain't going to be able to say shit. They're not going to be able to say shit. You see that? They have major fucking bloods on their hands. They have blood on their hands. They can't say shit and do shit about it. You know, like, and this is their involvement with it. I mean, it's not necessarily that, you know, they were involved prior, but they for sure are involved now. And then see this 5 of Wands? It's because they're protecting whoever is the ringleader of all of this fucking shit. They are the protectors of the ringleader of who is involved with starting this whole fucking shit. I'll pull 3 more cards. Give me 3 more cards, Spirit, as far as this Makeda situation goes. There you go. And you have the 3 of Wands. Give me 1 more card. I just feel like whoever this is has they foot on their necks. Like, whoever is like the top boss, the one who like really put this plan into action, like, he has his foot on their necks. That's like what I'm getting out of this. Like, to the point where nothing's really gonna prosper from their end. From their end, like, they have so much information that can incriminate everybody involved, but they can't say nothing at this point because, you know, they already have blood on their hands. They technically can get in trouble by the law because I forgot what the proper term for it is, but like infringement on an investigation with knowledge of what had happened. Like, I think you can get in trouble for that. Look at that. It's like almost to the degree, you know, it just kind of really wasn't worth it. Look at this. This is an eye. That, to me, that's Makeda's bakery where all this shit went down. You know what I mean? Look at all these tiers with money in it. It's like, it's such a burden to hold on to that information, knowing that somebody lost their life, somebody lost their child, somebody lost their dad, someone lost their partner, and you sitting up here holding all this information into yourself. You know what I mean? Because you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. It's like, that's a whole lot to keep inside. And it's not like these people are just like, living their best life. Even though they got this money, it's in vain, really. It really truly is in vain. Nothing's really gonna prosper out of this situation. I mean, it's really rather sad because there's more information than there's being put out, as far as Makeda's bakery is involved. And it's really kind of sad because money talks and bullshit walks. Like, that is like the premise of this here. So I don't know. That's like the Makeda's involvement here. Y'all can definitely leave me some comments below. Tell me what y'all think. Because, honey, honey, there is a lot here, but like shit, at the end of the day, money talks and bullshit walks, and it don't matter what the fuck goes on. People will take money and sell their soul in a heartbeat. But y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll tell y'all later. All right, you guys. We are definitely about to get into Key Glock and see where he stands in all of this. This was like his mentor, his cousin by marriage, but Youngdolph was his mentor. He was always there in his younger years to see, and be exposed to how Youngdolph moved and how he worked and how he handled business. So he definitely, Youngdolph was definitely an inspiration to Key Glock. And, people definitely have their suspicions about him. I think at one point I did too. But we about to see, what is Key Glock's involvement with Youngdolph's death. Yeah, this is kind of sad. Like, I don't necessarily think that he had anything to do with it. I definitely believe that Key Glock was definitely making moves to fulfill, the dream that he had of himself, and the dream that Youngdolph had for him too. You know what I mean? Like, they both had this vision of where, they wanted to take this, between the two of them. And I feel like there was a wish fulfillment that just didn't make it. You know what I mean? Like, there was something that they had planned together or had going on together. Besides, the whole music thing. I feel like there was something a lot more to the situation. And I just feel like it's one of those things like, damn, like, they wasn't able to see the vision through all the way. And I really do think that it really does get to Key Glock. It really does. Because you see this here, this car, the sky is clear, the stars are out. You know what I mean? There's a balance. Things are being nurtured, things are being watered, things are being taken care of. And this in reverse, it's kind of like the opposite of that. But then you have this person that's in bed constantly thinking, you know what I mean? Constantly overwhelmed by their thoughts. And you see outside this window here, it's like a storm's coming through. The sky is not as clear. The stars are covered up. Yeah, this is someone who didn't get a chance to see, you know, certain things come to complete fruition. Like, I feel like there was a lot more on the table that just kind of got like halted. Um, and I just feel like he's taking things one day at a time. Trying to not to be in his head so much, trying not to, look at like the media so much, or look at the news, or look at social media so much. I just feel like he's trying to retreat, and you probably won't hear a lot from him. You probably won't hear a lot from him speaking about certain things. And he probably is trying to not pay attention to a whole lot of stuff, because he's really in his feelings and really trying to like get over like this dark period in his life, because this is somebody who meant a lot to them. This is someone who gave a lot to him. You know what I mean? This is someone who was an inspiration to him. It really, really was. So it's like, and then it's like, now I feel like he has a whole lot of responsibility to kind of move PRE in the right direction. You know what I mean? In the direction that Youngdolph would have liked it to go into. You know what I mean? Because it was there. It was big. Paper Route Empire was like big, but it wasn't where Youngdolph wanted to be. Like, he had like a vision for himself, and I feel like now Key Glock feels that responsibility to kind of see things, to its biggest fulfillment. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Like, I just feel like now it's his turn, or it's his time. It's like now he has to step into that responsibility to bring PRE like to its fullest potential. You know what I mean? To kind of like finish the plans that Youngdolph had for PRE. You know what I mean? I just feel like they had that bond, and Youngdolph saw in Key Glock what he saw in himself. And I think that they talked a lot, you know what I mean, one-on-one. And I feel like there was also like a discussion, like, if this were to ever happen, you know what I mean, if something were to ever happen to me, like Youngdolph talking to Key Glock, like, if something was ever to happen to me, this is what I want you to do, or this is what needs to be done. Like, I just feel like there were already plans talked about. So I feel like he was kind of, not that he knew this was going to happen, but I feel like he was already prepared if this was going to happen. You know what I mean? If something was to happen to him, if he was to lose his life. Because let's not like pretend like, there has been many times where Youngdolph could have lost his life in the past. And I just think it was just the reality of the situation. You know what I mean? Like, they talked about this prior. All right, let me see what else. What else can you tell us about Key Glock and Youngdolph's death? One more. Okay, so I think there's something that has to do with him and somebody else, like Key Glock and somebody else. Like, I feel like he's stuck in between right now. Like, he's really not trying to make no moves or trying to make no decisions. I feel like there may be a chance for him to partner up with somebody and really, like, stabilize PRE now that, you know, Young Dolph is gone. But it's like he's not in the place to really do that right now. Like, I feel like he has to, you know, be in a place of healing right now before he can really like bring balance back to PRE. Before, you know, he can really like give his all to try to make this, you know, what it was supposed to be. Because this is a lot for him to take on. And I feel like, yeah, they talked about it, but it's a difference between talking about it and really having to be about it. And really having to like take that responsibility on like full force. So we have like this Eight of Swords and this Five of Wands. I feel like there's a big inner conflict with him right now. Like I feel like things are kind of like on like at a standstill. And I don't feel like this is like it. Okay, so I feel like he has inner conflict going on, but I also feel like there is like some kind of verbal like conflict that he has with other people as well. This could be with other people that are part of Paper Route Empire Records on kind of like how things should be going at this point in time. But I feel like he just like right now, like he's just not really at the point where he's trying to like deal with all this shit right now. Like he's not in a place to where he's completely healed to really like deal with all of it. It's just too much. Like it's just too much. Like the death of Young Dolph, that's one thing. You know what I mean? The shit that's going on in the streets, that's another thing. And then on top of the PRE like records, that's a whole nother dynamic. Like there's a lot of shit going on that we don't see that he's definitely dealing with right now. Yeah, there's just like, it's like this was so unexpected. This was not like, you know, in the cards for him to be dealing with right now. Like I feel like in his mind, he just wants to step away from all of this shit. He wants to step away from all of this shit. He's just really not ready to deal with a lot of this shit. Like he is like really in a lot of mental distress, you know. A lot of mental distress. It's just a lot to him. It's a lot for him to handle. All right, Spirit, give me 3 more cards so we can like wrap this up. All right, so I feel like, okay, so there is like a conflict between him and somebody else. And I feel like it's almost like there's somebody who is already like in a position of power, you know, when it comes to Paper Route Empire. But then I also feel like this is the person who already is in a good position of power, right? And then I feel like this is Key Glock, right? He's younger in age versus this person. You know what I mean? He doesn't have that on paper power when it comes to Paper Route Empire. But I feel like there's some kind of conflict in who's really going to kind of like take charge. You know what I mean? And who's really going to be like that breadwinner when it comes to, you know, really running things and really making money and all that other shit. Like I feel like there's some kind of like tug of war when it comes to like who's going to be the top dog when it comes to PRE. And I think that A lot of this shit is like over his head right now, and he is really not trying to deal with all this shit right now. Like, he needs a fucking break to like kind of, really like get a grasp of what's going on and like deal with it mentally, you know. Like, I just feel like he ain't trying to deal with no fucking body. No fucking body. No media. You know what I mean? No, nobody. He's probably not even really dealing with a whole lot of people that he's close with either right now. But, I'm going to leave it here. I definitely feel, really bad because this is a lot of shit to be dealing with right now. It's like he got shit coming from all different aspects and that he has to deal with, and he hasn't even have a chance to like heal from, his mentor, you know what I mean? Damn, his mentor, like one of his really close friends, passing away, and it's just a lot to deal with, and he just needs that time, that break to like kind of breathe, heal, and then regroup, and then deal with all this other bullshit that's going on. All right, so y'all leave me a comment in the comment section. Tell me what y'all think. But this is, Key Glock's involvement with Youngdolph's death. All right, y'all. So we are going to get into Daddy O, and let's see what part does he play, as far as Youngdolph's death. And it doesn't necessarily have to be that he had any part into it. We just want to know what his, what his place is, what his energy is surrounding this whole thing. So this is going to be about Daddy O. Daddy O is the CEO of Paper Route Records. Oh. What the fuck? All right, we'll see. All right, we'll get one more card. I feel like mentally, he wants, I feel like he wants to get revenge on whoever started this shit. Like, shit is so unbalanced right now. Like, I just feel like he's hell bent on trying to figure out who the fuck, how the fuck, and why the fuck all of this then came about. Because you got this Seven of Swords in reverse here. This is a sneaky ass motherfucker, right? This is a sneaky ass motherfucker, and I feel like Daddy O knows that there is someone, in their space that's a sneaky ass motherfucker. And I feel like he is hell bent on finding out who this is and bringing some kind of rectification to that situation. However, he may personally see fit to that. So I don't know, personally how he gets down, but he seems like a type of person who don't take a lot of shit and does a lot of shit in secrecy. Okay? So a lot of people, I don't even want to say, but a lot of people could be possibly, not even a lot, but specific people could possibly be, on the verge of not being with us no more. Really. Let's see what else is here. But the thing about this though is that I feel like he needs to move a little bit more carefully, you know what I mean? And kind of really examine the situation for what it is. I feel like he's a little distraught about everything that's going on as well. And I feel like he's on guard about some shit. Like, he's like in full defense mode. Like, I don't know what goes on with that whole situation. And where because I've never really heard of him until, you know, someone requested, you know, we do a reading on him. But I feel like he pays attention to every motherfucking thing. Like, everything. Like, he's got his eyes open and his ears open to everything. And I feel like he has people as well who are his eyes and ears, is, you know, too. In situations where he can't possibly be present, you know, there's other people that are his eyes and ears for everything that's going on. I feel like on his end, there's like some real true, I'm just hearing like sucker shit, if that makes sense. Like sucker shit. Like, there is somebody in their immediate circle, you know what I mean? In that circle that's on some sucker shit. And I feel like he is like wanting to find out who the fuck it is. Because I feel like his energy is about not playing no fucking games. No fucking games. Like, I feel like there wasn't a loyalty to Youngdolph. I feel like there was some type of loyalty to Youngdolph. And you see this Four of Wands shows up here. I feel like there is an opportunity to come together with someone. And this could be between him and here it goes. Here this goes. There could be an opportunity to come together between him and someone else to kind of make shit happen. See, there it go. Look at this. Yeah, there's like this weird opportunity for him to come together with somebody else to make money. And honestly, I believe this is I feel like this is Key Glock. You know what I mean? The opportunity is between Daddy O and Key Glock to come together to make money. And I don't know if he's presenting this opportunity or if Key Glock is, you know, going to come in to ask for this opportunity. But whatever the case may be, these two, you see, and I feel like there may be some kind of conflict between these two. You know what I mean? I feel like there may be some conflict between these two. Because I just feel like they might be like button heads with each other to a degree. Because there's like, they're on the same level. I feel like they're on the same page. But one is coming in more passionate, you know what I mean? Emotion-wise, passion-wise. And the other one is a little more stable, more grounded, more business-minded. And I feel like this is more of Daddy O's energy. And I feel like this is more of Key Glock's energy. But I'm just saying this could be Key Glock. Like, that's like the feeling that I'm getting. I feel like you know what I mean? There could be like a headbutt of like power between the two. You know what I mean? But like there's this opportunity for them to come together, really. There's an opportunity for them to come together. You know, but I just feel like with this you see what I'm saying? Like there's just this, I feel like there's this immature energy and there's this more stable energy. You know what I mean? And I feel like if I feel like it's somehow, some way they have to get on the right page, the same exact page. I mean, energy-wise, passion-wise, and business-wise, they're going to have to come together on this exact same page for this to work. because I feel like there's someone full-fledged ready to have this opportunity. Like, this is somebody who, and I feel like this energy is Daddy O's energy. Like, he likes money. Money is his thing. Business is his thing. And no matter what, he wants to continue making money. You know what I mean? And that's another reason why I don't feel like he had anything to do with Youngdolph's murder, because Youngdolph, that was a source of income. He made a lot of fucking money for PRE. So why would he cut off the hand that feeds him? Why would he, you know what I mean? Because he's not out there making music, you know. Like, so he's more on the business side, more on the receiving end. So why would you cut off the hand that, you know, that's technically feeding you? Not at all. So there's this opportunity, you know, that's being offered, but it's more on the hand of, you know, are they willing to work together? You know what I mean? Are they willing to come together exactly on the same page? You know what I mean? Because I feel like they're there, but it might be some type of bumping of heads, you know? And also, I feel like there's like this there's this sense of wanting to have control, complete control, but then there's also, there are going to be people that's around that's not going to want to have that, want to have themselves like controlled. You know what I mean? And that's why I feel like this devil card is in reverse, because I feel like this is that Daddy O energy, to be honest. And I feel like these may be the people that's under the Paper Route Empire label. And I feel like he's going to want to maintain like this really strong hold and control. But I feel like there's going to be people who not going to want to be really up under him like that. At least not with the type of power and control that he's going to want to exert over the whole situation. You know, like, it's almost like a shady situation to a degree. Like, this is almost, because it's like, I don't know, it's a really odd energy to me, especially with these two. These are two conflicting energies. You know, it's almost like somebody who's trying to, like, you know, I got money to be made. You know, this is a business. This business needs to be ran. Like, you know what I mean? It's like that type of personality versus someone who, like, is in the process of, like, healing or getting over a loss. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, this, like, I feel like Daddy O is like more of like business, like money. Like, I need my money. I'm trying to make money. This is about money. This ain't about nothing else. And like, he seems like a more like greedy, more power hungry type person. And I'm not sure how well this is going to hold up. You know what I mean? Because I just feel like there's a lot of immature energy that's there. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about the people that are involved with PRE. There's a lot of immature energy, and I feel like a lot of them are, you know, act out of passion. But I also feel like he is a greedy type of energy too. And I'm just like, I don't know how that's going to work out. Because, like, you know, like, you see these two people, like, the one's in the water, one's on land. These two people are coming from two different perspectives, coming together as one to make some shit work. So, I don't know. I see a couple of different things here. You know what I mean? Like, I see him trying to, like, kind of get revenge in this situation here on whoever this sneaky ass person is on that sucker shit that's in their energy. I feel that, you know what I mean? Because this shit, you know what I mean, I just feel like Young Dolph was on borrowed time to begin with. Like, you know, as much as we all like loved him and all the other stuff, like he really was. Like there was just way too many times that, you know, there's only so many times you can escape death, and it's just unfortunate that it unfolded like this. Um, but I don't know. I just like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just one thing when you're alive and you kind of have control over some shit. But then when you pass, and then it's up to other motherfuckers to keep things going and keep things rolling. Like, everybody's going to have their own agenda at the end of the day. And it's like, I'm not sure, like, how this is going to, like, pan out, because I feel like there's a lot of immature energy. I feel like, and then there's a lot of greedy energy, and then there's a lot of like trying to get people back and shit like that. Like, and then there's a lot of like trying to hold things together so things don't fall apart. Like, I don't know. There's like a real rocky energy here, but I feel like it could come through. You know, get past like this blockage, but it's gonna take some type of like, you know, cohesiveness, and I hope that that can come out of this situation, really. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. Just let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. All right, you guys. So we are going to be focused on Yo Gotti right now. We're definitely going to get into Black Youngsta's energy, but right now we're going to focus on Yo Gotti and see what involvement he has in Youngdolph's murder. So, what does Yo Gotti have to do with Youngdolph's murder? What does Yo Gotti have to do with Youngdolph's murder? What does Yo Gotti have to do with Youngdolph's murder? Oh, shit. Okay. Definitely, he didn't want to see young Dolph like shine. Like, I feel like he hated his success, and he rather see like him destruct than to see him outdo him, if that makes sense. Like, I just feel like okay, so this is what I'm getting. Yo Gotti was tired of seeing how successful Young Dolph was. Like, to be honest, I feel like he was like super fucking jealous, and he was tired of seeing like him blow up the way that he did. Yeah, I'm just that's what I'm seeing. Like, he's just, you know what I'm getting out of this? Like, this Two of Swords, this is what comes to my mind. Like this. You know when somebody goes like this and they put this behind their back with their fingers crossed, you know what I mean? That means it's like, it's almost like a two-faced type of energy. See, Yo Gotti would be the type of person who would smile in your face and be your biggest enemy behind your back type situation. And he would rather see you be destroyed than see you be successful. And he's the type of person who would, you know, throw a rock but hide the hand. It's like you would never know. That's how he moves. He moves in a way that you would never ever know that it was truly him doing the mastermind behind shit. Like that's like the type of energy that I'm getting. Like you would never truly fucking know. You would never truly fucking know. And it's like he's always ready for war, but it's like the way he presents himself, you would never fucking know. You would never know that he had that type of intention towards you. Like that's just the type of person that he is. Uh-oh. And I feel like it's like one of those things like waiting for the right fucking opportunity. The right fucking opportunity to catch someone slipping. You know, it's just like someone who waiting, plotting, planning, observing, watching from afar. You know what I mean? This is someone who don't get their hands dirty at all. Someone who don't get their hands dirty at fucking all. See that moon card right there? Fucking secrets. It's like this is the type of person that they hold secrets. And like I don't even know. This type of energy is so fucking weird because they hold secrets. It's like this is the type of person who would like plan your demise but then show up at your funeral. If that makes sense. Like this is the type of person who would do some shit that would cause you to die but show up at your fucking funeral. Like that's what I see. That's how I feel. Like this is someone who don't say a lot, who don't express a whole lot. And this is someone who watches, who waits for the right timing to cause destruction. But you would never know because that he's not the type of person who shows their hand at all. Like it's like he moves like very, 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 very smoothly. Very, very smoothly. Like it's smart. You know, but at the same time, it's dangerous. Like, he's a dangerous motherfucker. Like, that's how I see it. Like, very powerful person. Very powerful person. Very, very powerful, very balanced, very poised. But it's like, when it's time, when it's go time, it's go time. When it's go time, it's go time. There we go. Give me 3 more cards, Spirit. Like, he don't make moves until it's the right fucking move. Like, he will sit, watch, and fucking wait. And he never does shit himself, you know? Like, he has people do shit for him. He has people do shit for him on his behalf. Because he always has to keep his hands clean. He always has to keep his hands clean. This is somebody who don't keep dirty hands at all. This is someone who's fucking sneaky. Give me 3 more cards, Spirit. 3 more cards. And he's not the type of person who likes when he extends an opportunity to you and you don't take it. That he becomes very fucking salty after that. Very fucking salty. Yeah. He's very manipulative. Very fucking manipulative. Very fucking manipulative. And he's the type of person where if he has his hands in anything, you won't see justice from it. That's how smooth he moves. Like, that's how, like, he's a boss in that way. Like, I mean, it's a respectable energy, but you know, he's a little dangerous because it's like he has people make the moves for him, and you, like, be damned if he gives you an opportunity and you don't accept it. Be damned if he, like, extends his hand and you slap it away. That is that's a major insult. That's a major insult. So he sits, he watches, he waits, you know what I mean? And people do shit for him on his behalf. He doesn't get his hands dirty. You know what I mean? Like, he gives orders from the top down. And that's his position. Like, he's very ruthless, to be honest. Like, but it's something that you would never see. You would never see it coming because of how he carries himself. How he carries himself in the media. How he carries himself in the streets. He keeps it very boss-like. Keeps his mouth shut, you know, for the most part. For the most part. So, I mean, that's just the type of energy that he has. That's kind of where he sits at the whole thing. In this whole thing, like, you would never really know what he was really up to because he's not the type of person who would express that. He has people do that shit for him. You know what I mean? Because he can't, like, he brings in the money. You know what I mean? So he really can't, you know, let his guard down like that. He really can't expose himself like that because, you know, at the end of the day, like, he knows how to move. He really, really does. So, I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Tell me what you guys think. Leave a comment below. We are going to move on to Black Youngsta. All right, so we want to know if Black Youngsta, or Samuel Benson, which is his real name, has anything to do with the murder of Youngdolph. We want to know. Does Black Youngsta, Samuel Benson, does he have anything to do with Youngdolph's murder? Or better yet, what does Black Youngsta have to do with Youngdolph's murder? What role did Black Youngsta play in Youngdolph's murder? You know what I'm hearing in my head? I'll never tell. I'll never tell. Okay. This is somebody who is legitimately, like, obsessed with watching someone constantly, you know, taunting someone. Emotionally immature person. Someone who doesn't know how to handle their emotions, you know what I mean? But, like, acts at the same time. But someone who's, like, has an obsessive mind thought. Like, their thoughts are, like, highly obsessive because they are emotionally charged. They think with their emotions and nothing else. Like there's no grounded energy. You know what I mean? They're constantly focused on destruction. Like that's all they know, how to express themselves. That's how they express their emotions, is through destruction and through death. Destruction and, oh God, like these two cards together to me are never ever good. And these two cards came out, and whose reading was that? NBA Youngboy. This came out in his reading. Like this is just like destruction, death, self-destruction, chaos. You know what I mean? And the crazy part of, yeah. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Oh my God. Then you have the Devil card in reverse. And it's like, look at these two people. There's two people here. There's two people here. Like, okay, so I'm just gonna say it. Like, I'm just gonna say it. You know, he didn't have, let's say this. It's safe to say this. Like, he didn't have no physical involvement in Youngdolph's murder. There was no physical involvement. But there was most definitely an involvement, if you get what I'm saying. And this, so I, you know, for each person, I pulled the Damon card ahead of time just to get like a gist of that person's energy. And surprisingly, this one came out. This Damon is Alistair. Okay, so Alistair, I actually read it for you guys because it'll kind of make a lot of sense once I tell you. So let me get to it. So his career in hell is one of justice and execution. Alistair's appearance was that of an avenging angel, not a murderer, but an executioner. Okay, beware of vengeful actions. Take care not to let justice bleed into cruelty for the sake of anger. So, if that makes sense to you guys, because it definitely makes sense to me, that, you know, this was not just like a murder, it was an execution. Straight up, it was execution style. And like I said, this person does not know how to express themselves outside of destruction. You know what I mean? Outside of causing harm to other people. Like, this is how this person expresses themselves. This is how they know how to express themselves. And they're a bit of a obsessive energy about it. You know, they're highly obsessive about certain things and very manipulative type of person too. And I feel like this has to do with some kind of lost opportunity as well. Like, I know that the gist of the tension between Gotti and Youngdolph, you know, was between those two. It really didn't have a big involvement with Black Youngsta. And I'm starting to think, allegedly, that he has like a mental problem. Like, I don't even know how to say it, because this person like strives on destruction. Like, that's just like the gist of what I'm getting. Yeah, this person is emotionally unbalanced, emotionally unstable. Like, I don't know if this, and I feel like a jealousy of, you know, not having the same opportunity or not being just as good as this person. You know what I mean? I just feel like Black Youngsta took this opportunity, this beef between Gotti and Youngdolph, in a different light, if that makes any sense. Like, totally in a different light. Like, and I feel like this is something that he's been working towards for quite some time. Like, this is not like a new, this is not a new endeavor, okay? Like, this is not a new endeavor, like, of his. You know what I mean? It's not like this beef came out of nowhere, okay? And it's like, to me, this is, okay, so it's crazy how this devil card is in reverse, and then this lover's card is kind of like the opposing energy. Like, this is his mindset. This is how he thinks. This is his energy. It's fucking chaotic. Like I said, he is super unbalanced. Like, and it's weird. You know what I mean? Because, like, you got the lovers upright, and then you got the devil in reverse. And they're perfectly mirror images of each other. You know what I mean? Just different aspects. One is a bondage, you know what I mean? And one is more so of a freedom. And this is how his mind is wired. Like, he's a little bit not, you know, wrapped too tight, if you ask me. He's like really, you know what I mean? And it's like, when he wants to do something, he's gonna fucking do it. Like, regardless. Like, there's no, like, he's on go mode. On go mode. On go mode. And, like, that's what I'm telling you. He don't care about causing no fucking destruction or sadness to nobody. It's like he thrives off of that energy. Okay, give me 3 more cards, Spirit, for this Black Youngsta energy. Like, see what I'm saying? Look at that shit. He is, like, all about causing destruction, sadness, wreaking havoc on people's mind. You know, this is also his mind. You know what I mean? Winning at all costs, not giving a fuck. Always, he has to always beat his opponent. Like, that's his energy. That is his energy. You know what I mean? He loves to fuck with people's minds. And that's the thing, like, we can kind of see that now, is that he likes to fuck with people's minds. With all the shit that he's doing in the media and stuff, like, he likes to fuck with people. He likes to fuck with people's mind. He don't give a fuck. Like, he just likes to do shit like that. This nigga is wild. Look at this. Like, you can't, like, here's the 7 of Swords. Like, this is both very, like, just deceitful, negative ass fucking energy. Like, I can't make this shit up. Like, how do we get all these negative cards almost in one freaking in one person's reading? You know what I mean? Like, you got the Tower card, the Death card, the Devil card, the 10 of Swords. You know, this is somebody who is just not gonna let shit go until it's done. Like, until, like, the destruction is there. Until shit has, like, popped off. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter how much they stir that pot. They'll stir it up and stir it up and stir it up until, if it's not them directly doing it, it's someone else directly doing it. To the opposition, to them. You know what I mean? Like, it's like he will get someone so fired up because he is that manipulative, to where even if he didn't directly say it, you know what I mean? Even if he didn't directly do it, he's going to cause someone else to do it on his behalf. Like, that's the kind of reckless energy I get from this. All right, I'm going to pull a few cards from this deck and then see what we get. Because this, like, he's got the most negative energy in this reading thus far. Out of all the major players that have been, like, having some kind of suspicion, like, he's the only one. Look at this. This 4 of Swords. Like, hand Like he got blood on his hands for sure. Blood on his hands for sure. And it's not like he don't know. You know what I mean? It's not like he doesn't know what the fuck has transpired. It's not like he's innocent of the things that he puts into action. He's very aware. You know what I mean? He's very aware. Like crazy. And you know, honestly, there was money involved in this. Look at, there's the death card again. There's the fucking death card again. Like, it's just showing up in his fucking reading. Look at this. You see how the hands of this person red? And all this blood right here? There was money being offered. There was money being offered. There's secrets, obviously. Like I said, like in my head, I'm hearing, I'll never tell. I'll never tell. This shit'll never come out like as for what it really is. Like, it's never gonna come out that way. You know what I mean? Like, even if people got caught, you know what I mean? Even if it seemed like justice was served, not really. Not fucking really. You know, because you see this 9 of Swords here. It's just yeah, this is 9 of Swords. You see that treasure chest at the bottom? You see that skull? And you see that bones? Like, that truth, at all costs, that truth is going to be buried. You see the porcupine? What happens when you get too close to a porcupine? In order for them to defend themselves, they prick you, right? It's like, and he has swords coming out. Like, he's not, like, he's about that life, okay? He is about that life, and he don't give a fuck. Like, honestly, like, I feel bad for whoever's involved in this, because I feel like they don't really have an option. You know what I mean? It's like, what is this here? Directions. They don't really have an option here. Because it's like, no matter what they do, you know what I mean? Like, they can't say shit. Like, they're bound. They are fucking bound. Like, because if they said anything, it's like almost their own mortality. You know what I mean? Like, it's inevitable. Look at this. The 9 of Pentacles. And then you have the Lover's card. This Lover's card loves to come out, and it's in reverse, okay? Like, there obviously were people, this is like screaming dysfunctional people involved with a murder. Like, these people are like totally being able to manipulate, you know what I mean? And when I, like, the opposite of lovers is hate, and that's exactly what is coming out in this. Look at this card. Like, this is death in itself, this 9 of Pentacles. All right, give me 3 more cards, and we're gonna wrap this up. Does let's see what I want to ask. Does Black Youngsta have any involvement, direct involvement with the shooters? Does Black Youngsta have direct involvement with the shooters? That King of Wands. Yep. He's the mastermind of this. He is the fucking mastermind of this whole fucking thing. Of this whole fucking thing. Like, he's the boss. For sure. He is the boss. Look at that. Money, tears, destruction. Money, tears, destruction. And to me, this here, I think this came out in the Makeda's reading too. Like, this is, to me, represents Makeda's bakery. What happened? The sadness that was going to come out of it. and the money offering that was involved into it. Like, sadly enough, like, money can be the root of all evil. At like the end of the day, money like really talks. Money really talks. And money can keep a lot of shit on the hush hush. And like I said, if people were to be caught, it would never ever come down to the true root of shit. All right, so I'm gonna leave this reading at that. We're gonna move on to I think either we're gonna do, you know, who the mole is, like who is dropping information to the apps about, you know, the whereabouts and location of Youngdolph, or we're gonna get into, you know, how does CMG tie in with Makeda's bakery and all this other shit. So y'all meet me there. Meet me there. Leave me a comment down below. All right, y'all. So this is going to be kind of interesting to me. I'm kind of interested to see how this is going to play out. So we're going to look at whoever this person who is playing both sides. You know what I mean? Like this person is a true definition of the ops, because it's like, you know, one, like they're playing one side versus the other. There is no true alliance with this person. And I'm going to say this because I didn't say this in all the readings, but the Black Youngsta I did, and this one I'm going to as well, because they really kind of define, you know, the gist of the situation. So I'm going to give the info on this Damon before I get into like the actual tarot cards. So this is Val, right? And the crazy thing about it is this person or Val has a cloak. And it's like, that's how this person is. Like, this person would probably be the least expected person to be playing both sides like that. And I'm going to tell you, like, kind of the energy behind this Damon, right? And why it fits so well. So it said, sorry, excuse me. Val is said to know many things concerning the past, present, and future. Okay? But he is especially gifted at procuring the favor of friends and foes. However, his greater ability is to foster friendship between very different people. Okay? He is good at bridging communication gaps to allow strong relationships of any form. And it says, focus on resolving differences with enemies, finding common ground, and friendship. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that, because I think that can kind of like speak for itself. And it's crazy enough, because I just got done with another reading, and that this moon card is right on top, and I'm going to put that at the center, because this is a very like, and it's crazy, because this person, whoever this is really watching shit unfold. It's like, it's really crazy. It's really crazy, because you got like the snakes here, you know what I mean? And you got like this moon, and there's different planets around here in this energy, and like this person's just looking down on everything. Like, to me, how sick can you be? You know what I mean? To have this type of involvement and just be watching shit. And it's like this person is just kind of like kind of loving how things are like really coming out, like how things are really playing out. And hell, I feel like this person has more guilt than anybody else, or has more blood on their hands than anybody else. Because if it wasn't for this person, this middleman, you know what I mean? none of this could have came to be. At least right now. You know, who knows? But as far as the situation, the way it happened, there's no way. All right, Spirit, what can you tell us about this person that is playing both sides of the opposition, okay? Got the Page of Cups. You got the Ace of Pentacles. Somebody is okay. Someone with immature emotions, don't really know how to deal with that. And it's Okay, what else can you tell us about this person in opposition? Look at that. This person can't think at night. This person can't sleep at night. Like, this shit is going to eat them up. It's just going to haunt them for a long time. Because you put somebody in such a position. I feel like there was an opportunity for money and this person just took it. There was an opportunity for money and this person just took it. And it's kind of crazy how money is just like spread out across the board. Like, and like, it's like everybody that's involved in this, like, has been offered money and is okay with it. Is okay with it. Like, damn. And this person's hella fucking salty though. Like, this person's hella fucking salty. I feel like maybe they feel like they lost out on opportunities and they weren't given a fair opportunity. It's like as if other people, you know what I mean, around Youngdolph got an opportunity and this person feel like they didn't get a fair opportunity. You know what I mean? And this is something that really bugged the shit out of this person. And it was almost like, at this point, it was really like envy. You know what I mean? Like, just a very envious person. And I feel like this person grew so cold toward the whole situation to where they didn't really... You know, like, they didn't really give a fuck about what was actually being offered to them. It's like, at this point, I feel like they've been passed up for other people. And I feel like they felt like maybe there were other people were set up, you know what I mean? Gave the opportunity, gave more shine, gave more, you know, opportunity to make money, gave more opportunity to be creative, to have space to really, like, you know, make a name for themselves. And I feel like this person was really fucking salty. I feel like this person was kind of, felt like they were left out. Yeah, I definitely feel like this loss of opportunity made this person come to this decision to kind of like, I don't know, like, what's the right word for this? Like, sacrifice somebody, like, you know what I mean? Youngdolph, look at that shit. And this is someone who does not take responsibility of their position and how shit has turned out for them. It's like, it's not as if they didn't get a fair opportunity to make a name for themselves. It's like the person didn't put in the work. You know what I mean? It's not like they weren't, you know, put up on game about how to make themselves more famous or how to make, you know, whatever they had going on work. You know what I mean? Like, it's like they were jealous of, like, people around them that were making it. And I guess whatever opportunity they felt that Young Dolph was giving everybody else, that they weren't getting. And it was like they really didn't give a fuck. And look at all this money that's like involved. You got the Nine of Pentacles in reverse here, the Page of Pentacles in reverse here. It's like this person lost out on money. They were losing out. Like they had all these opportunities to make shit happen for themselves, but they didn't put in the work. And it's like this Eight of Swords right here is like somebody like not taking responsibility for the position that they're in. You got this Seven of Swords. Super fucking sneaky ass person. Super fucking sneaky ass person. And it's like they cause all this heartache and shit, right? But then they want to act like their actions didn't cause all this stuff to pop off to begin with. This is somebody who is greedy. You know what I mean? They want everything to themselves. They don't give a fuck. They're not budging. They don't try to make things happen for themselves. They don't try to make, whatever opportunities they are given work. All right, what else, Spirit, would you like to tell us about this person who's playing both sides? Too many. Look at all this money. Look at this. Fake as fuck. Fake as fuck person. Fake as fuck person. Like all this person can think about is money. That's it. That's all that matters. Friendship doesn't matter to them. Friendship doesn't matter to them. Loyalty doesn't matter to them. Look at this. Five of Swords. Like, nothing that is supposed to be an honor matters to them. Nothing. I'm not cats around here acting up. Destruction. Like, this is someone who was given an opportunity but just didn't make the opportunity work for them. And they was feeling hella salty behind it. Hella fucking salty. It's like they were looking at everybody else, like being in the limelight, being in the media, being in social media, blowing up. And here they are, salty as fuck. You got the Tower card because they are hell-bent on destruction. And the only other deck that had this Seven of Swords, Five of Swords and Seven of Swords was the Black Youngsta reading. So, like, these people, no wonder. I mean, they're like two of a kind. They're really like two of a kind. Like, just emotionally immature, upset at people's success. You know what I mean? It's like they want everybody to be on their level. If they can't make it, can't nobody else make it. Like, like that's real. You know what I mean? Because you making money regardless. You making money regardless. You know what I mean? Because y'all are all in it to win it. You're still eating off the same plate as everybody else. You're just not getting the recognition that I guess that you want. And this is, to me, represents Youngdolph, for real. And it's like, at one point, this person and Youngdolph were hella fucking cool. We're hella fucking cool. But this person was so impatient about, their shit coming in. They just couldn't wait. They just couldn't fucking wait, to see the fruit of their labor. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know. It's really sad because you got this Devil card. This Six of Wands, which is like fame. This is like people like adore you. To me, this is like my Jesus Christ card. Okay, like everybody is in awe of like all the shit that you got going on. Like And that's what people felt about Youngdolph. Like, everybody loved him. Like, all right? Like, everybody loved him. And this person was hella fucking jealous. Hella jealous. Okay, I'm going to leave that deck alone. And I'm going to... How did this person get in contact with Black Youngsta? How did this person get in contact with Black Youngsta? Okay. There was definitely some kind of communication. There was definitely some kind of communication. It's like they had like something in common with each other. You know what I mean? And what's in common with each other is the fact that they couldn't stand what Youngdolph had going on. They just couldn't stand it. They couldn't stand that he was flourishing. Like, he was on fire. Like, he was at the top of his game, and he was gonna go even higher if he had the chance. But it's like the both of them had that in common. You know what I mean? Despite the fact that they're both emotionally immature. Mm-hmm. This person had some kind of, like, on streetwise, let's just put it like this, on streetwise, this person had a connection, like friends on both sides, if I can say that, if that makes sense, like friends on both sides. Like, when you look at this Three of Swords, right? To me, these Three of Swords are like they're three different swords. Meaning there's three different people and three different ways of communication. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, like being on a three-way. Like, there's a person in the middle that connects these two together in order for them to talk, but it's a common person that they both know. So let's say one side is Black Youngsta. Let's say this other side is this anonymous person. And in the middle is another anonymous person that they both know, that they were able to like come into contact with and make this agreement that there would be money. You know what I mean? Like, basically this person straight up kind of like so to make this shit kind of happen and turn the wheels of fate. You know what I mean? Like, this is something that they did. So I think I'm going to leave this here, and then we're going to jump into the last segment, which is how does all these key players tie in together? And this is all alleged. This is just for, this is just for, like, for fun. This is for fun. None of this is factual. But we're just going to see, like, how does Makeda's Bakery, Young Gotti, Black Youngsta, how they all tie in together. And this anonymous person, like, how do they tie in together? Like, what is, that energy? So y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. Okay, you guys. This is the last segment of this reading. This thing has been kind of interesting, just to see kind of where everybody is at and what role that they really do play in the whole situation. And this, I just want to take this part to tie everything in. Well, mainly for the people who have some suspected dealings and Youngdolph's death. And like I said, this is allegedly, none of this is facts. We're just looking at this through spirit's eyes. So we're definitely going to just kind of tie in Makeda's Bakery, Black Youngsta, this person who is just like somewhere in between, and the shooters. Like, how do they all play a part in all of this? So intimidated. Then you have distorted masculine, abuse of power, force and domination, fear of weakness, competition driven, inability to praise another. Like, I feel like like we've hit on a couple of these like points throughout the whole entire reading. Like, this is nothing really new. So we'll see what else. How does all these energies kind of intertwine into Youngdolph's death? Ignored. Money problems. I told y'all, like, people just feeling like as if, they were being left out and they weren't being as, helped out as other people. You know what I mean? And not being pushed to the rise of fame how they believed or viewed Youngdolph did other people. And these are people who were like pressed for money. This is why, like, money was the heart of the whole fucking thing. Someone could be indebted to their credit cards, burning through cash, irresponsible with money. Like, money like really showed its ass and showed people's ass. Toxic connection. Like, it says this is more than friends, but this is in reverse. I feel like, and the fact that it's like rainbow here, I'm going to say that this had nothing to do, like the personal situation to where it got to the point of Youngdolph dying. This had to do with nothing but male energy. Like, there was no men in this energy. From the jump, it was already really toxic. It was nothing that was based on sincere friendship or sincere business partnership, or sincerely, I want to work with you because I feel like you can take me far. This person already had an immature, and I'm talking about the person who was playing the opposition. This person already had a really immature personality, immature emotions on how to handle their emotions. Just like very immature in general. Okay, and it says, their relationship involves constant fighting on thin ice with each other, but trying to maintain their relationship. Okay. This is they could have had a falling out before, you know what I mean? And try to save face. But at the end of the day, it was toxic. We have meeting your match, unable to compete or fight against someone because they are just as good as you. I'm telling you, there was a lot of jealousy. A lot of jealousy. A lot of jealousy. Just, like, too much jealousy. Long distance, a strong emotional commitment to another who is far away and often beyond physical access. Most of the time. So, like I said, this had to do, and my honest opinion is yes, it happened in Memphis, but I feel like the person who played the biggest part, not just the opposition, not just the person who's playing both sides, but the person who is like kind of like at the top, giving out all this money for people to actually commit the murder, but also for people to be quiet, also for people to give information. Like, that person was acting from a distance. It wasn't like they were in the immediate like city or even the state at the time. We all know, like, the person that was in opposition was a huge role model. Okay. We all know that Youngdolph was an inspiration to others, having positive recognition from a lot of people. Like, a lot of people loved him. Okay, so I'm gonna pull maybe like 2 more cards from this deck. 11th house. One's social groups, friendships, personal affiliations, and social life. Like, that was a big deal when it came down to it. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, this is someone that's close to him. That's close to him, you know what I mean? That's in his circle, that knows him and his moves intimately. And it's also, you know, our social groups doesn't always have to be our friends. It could be our affiliates too. It could be our rivals. It could be people that, you know, that don't really like us and we don't really like them. You have the 8th house. This situation involves cycles, death, and rebirth. Someone's attitudes towards change, personal growth. Okay, like, we already know that this situation had to do with death. Like, that is just a freaking given. I'll just pull that last card. No money, no no money, no talk. Do y'all see that? No money, no talk. And then it says, not waiting to talk unless money is involved. Hustling, getting to the bag at all costs. Okay, I'm just gonna, that was a good note to end on, because I don't want to seem like I'm sitting up here making shit up when we all know that money was the biggest factor in this whole fucking thing. The biggest factor in this whole thing. Without money, nothing happening. Okay, so I'm gonna pull just a few tarot cards to kind of piggyback off of this, because I feel like it's getting to the point where it's kind of repeating itself. All right, Spirit, just give me a few cards to just tie in this overall energy of the death of Youngdolph and all the people who were involved, allegedly. I keep saying allegedly because I don't want nobody coming for me. I don't want nobody coming for me. But anyway, Spirit, give us the overall energy of this situation surrounding Dolph, and, you know, how it came to be that he was, you know, murdered. I keep seeing this Emperor card. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this eight of swords, like, whoever, this is like somebody who is a boss, right? They're a fucking boss, period. Okay, they are in control of the whole thing. Like, they are the ones with the power. They are the one who, like, controls a whole nation. You know what I mean? And everybody listens to this person. You know what I mean? This person knows how to talk. This person knows how to persuade people to do things for them. This person, you know, has people willingly wanting to do things for them. Like, this person has charisma. You know what I mean? Like, this person, like, has a lot of things that people would want to do, you know, for them. Then you have the Eight of Swords. And to me, to be honest, this Emperor with the Eight of Swords, this is like somebody who wants to act like they don't know what the fuck's going on. They want to act like they don't have no fucking involvement in this. You know what I mean? Their hands are fucking clean. Do you see how pristine this person is? How clean they are? How clean their hands are? And they never moved off their throne. Not fucking once. You know, I'm not going to say no names, but if y'all been following along with this reading, y'all will understand why. This is someone who's always had like verbal, like altercation, verbal beef, you know, with Youngdolph. Like this is somebody who's had verbal, you know, back and forth. Like this is not something, you know, that's fucking new. And I think this person was tired of it. Tired of the fucking talk. Tired of the fucking verbal beef. They just wanted to handle shit once and for all. Okay? And then you have the Six of Cups. Like definitely I feel like there's an age difference between Youngdolph and this other person. And I want to say that Youngdolph is the younger person being offered something that they didn't want to take. And that is kind of what sparked this whole thing. Like there was an offering being, you know, given, and this person was like, nah, like, you know, I'm gonna do my own thing. Like I'm not sure what's on the other side of that cliff, but all I know is I'm gonna be successful anyway. Like that is like what I'm seeing. Like somebody that was like truly just really sure of themselves. All right, what else can you tell us about this Youngdolph situation? Oh, okay. Ten of Swords. And then you have the Tower. And I just feel like this person was tired of being poked at. Like, for real. Like, this person was tired of being poked at. You know, they were tired of, like, watching shit transpire. And they felt like people were just taking jabs at them. Like, every chance they got, like, somebody was taking jabs at them. And they were like, I'm not with this shit no more. Like, I'm over this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just, how I see. Okay, what else can you tell us? Yeah. Oh, okay. Let's see. Yeah, they wanted to break down, like, whatever, I don't want to say that because that's just, like, super cliche, but to me, Ten of Pentacles is basically like an empire. Like, this is some financial stability, financial abundance, you know, like financial security. Like, this is what this card represents upright, but in the reverse, this is like a fall of that. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like this emperor wanted to hit Youngdolph where it hurts, you know. All right, I will pull like four more cards. Like, this person wanted justice, and they didn't care in what shape or form that this was gonna occur. And this keeps coming out. Like, I'm telling you, this card represents Youngdolph to me. And the fact that it's in reverse is just like, and it comes up after, like, you know, justice at all costs, no matter what happens. You see this? These Three of Cups poured into the water. This King of Cups in reverse in the water. This sadness. They didn't give a fuck. They just wanted their justice, however they saw fit in this situation, however they saw fit. This definitely had to do with the ego, being on top. You know what I mean? Them being the prize and the king of everything. Like, and this person has like red flags all around them. Red flags all around them. Like, and it's like, it's one of those things like hidden in plain sight. Like, that is kind of what this screams, like hidden in plain sight. All right, I will take two more cards here. What else do you want to say about, you know, Youngdolph's death? Yeah, being greedy. Somebody didn't want to come up off that throne. They just wanted to be the end all be all, and that's it. It's just like ego driven, for sure. All right, sorry. Give me one more card, Spirit, to end this reading. This is somebody who's fucking obsessed. Like, obsessed with like causing like grief and sadness. Like, they don't care. You know what I mean? Like, their justice is their justice. There's no way around it. Like, even if it don't make sense to nobody. Like, see, this person is super cloaked. Like, you'll never really know like the true person behind it. Like, you just won't. Like, I mean, they're there in plain sight, but the way they move, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way that you and I will know. Like, it's not gonna come out. It's not gonna come out like that. Like, some people may get caught up or whatever, but it's like really like people who are like, you know, insignificant, who really don't mean, you know, it's not like the people who actually put in that work, you know what I mean? Not like the people who pull the trigger, sure, they might come out too, but I'm talking about people who put in the work. Put in that money, honey. You ain't gonna see them. All right, give me one more card, Spirit, just to close out this reading. Yep. This person, you know, like I said, money was super involved, because this Five of Pentacles, this people walking away out of the cold, walking away from things that really just, you know, like their financial situation wasn't holding them down the way they needed to, you know, and they were really looking for a golden opportunity. And these type of situations cause you to make bad choices, fucked up choices. You know what I mean? These situations can cause you to lose your soul and sell your soul. You know, at like end of the day, it's like that's like what it really, really comes down to. That's what it really comes down to. So I think I'm going to end this reading here. And I appreciate everybody who has stuck with me to the end, to have seen this. And if not, you know, I just hope you enjoyed whatever it is that you were able to get out of this. But, you know, like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what y'all thought. But I will talk to y'all later.